Many families across the country are feeling financial pressure right now, especially those who have a teenager considering college.
Okay, so from tuition to fees and living expenses, all of which continue rising, the question for most parents is college still affordable, and what options do students have? So talking more about this with us right now is Jeff Kurtzman, college counselor at Fountain Valley School, who's been guiding families now through this process for almost 30 years. Good morning to you.
Morning to you.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here. Okay, so let's start there. Tuition at public four-year institutions has increased by nearly 220% from 1973 to 2024. That's according to the Center for American Progress. At the same time, for families in lower income brackets, college costs can now consume around 2/3 of their annual earnings. So Jeff, when you're working with students and families, what are you seeing in terms of their biggest concerns about affordability?
Yeah, I think it really depends on the family, how they're looking at it. In some cases it's, can we afford college at all? In some cases it's, can we afford the college that our son or daughter really wants to go to? And then I think probably the third thing is, is it going to be worthwhile? What's the return on investment going to be? And how do we account for that?
Right, okay, so given those statistics now, some low-income families are paying much larger shares of their income than other higher income families towards their college. So how do you guide families to evaluate whether a certain college or major is worth it, like you just talked about?
Yeah, so there are, that is something that a lot of families are concerned about, and so colleges are responding to that. And so you can find information about return on investment, about what are some of the jobs that graduates are getting. And so there is more of that information out there. I think also you really have to look at what each individual family's situation is, and then you can help them find those ways to make college a little bit more affordable.
What are some of the most effective strategies you've seen for controlling college costs, like community college, attending in-state? What's the good strategy?
Yeah, I think that's what I was just kind of getting to, is it really depends on each family's financial situation. And so we're really lucky here in Colorado because we have great in-state options that people find really appealing. And so that's a great place to start, is either at community college or at a four-year institution. Your public in-state option is always going to start out costing less. And then there are lots of ways that you can look at places that initially seem to cost more. How are they helping families to bring that cost down? And so if you're a family that will qualify for need-based financial aid, then you find a college that really does a good job with that. And since the Obama administration required all colleges to have cost calculators on their financial aid websites, that's really more accessible than it ever used to be. And then there are also other colleges that do a really good job with merit scholarships, and so that might be good for some other families.
I think overall, use the resources that are out there.
Absolutely.
Right, and talk to someone.
Yep.
Right, for sure.
Yep.
So can you expand more about changes you think should happen at school levels, state levels, federal levels?
Yeah, I mean, that's a little bit above my level. But I think there are one of the issues I think is that over the last even 50 years, public universities haven't been funded as well by states, and so they've had to make it up in terms of tuition. So I think really there are some states that are making a real commitment, either through community colleges or through public university funding, to keep costs down. And I think there may be a marketplace solution that happens, which is a lot of companies and other institutions are looking at getting away from the college degree, but more to certifications and things like that. And AI may be sort of democratizing in that way too, where it may be that colleges will have to bring their costs down in order to compete.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay, where's a good place for people to start? School counselor?
School counselor is great. I think it depends on the school. A lot of times counselors have really big course loads. Honestly, ChatGPT, I mean, it's the answer of the day, but you have to be careful with the information you get.
Right.
But it is a good place to start, yeah.
Okay, Jeff Kurtzman, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.